As we are inching closer and closer to WrestlePalooza, there is one match that has me really worried. And that match is for the Women's World Championship between Io Sky and Stephanie Valkyr. Now, my worry isn't for the match itself. The match itself should be a really freaking good match. My worry is for whoever wins that championship. Because as of late, there seems to be a lot of things that just keep getting me worried about whoever wins this match for both Io Sky and Stephanie Valkyr. So the purpose of today's video is I'm going to explain why I'm worried about this. But before we get too far ahead in the video, I want to say that if you are a WWE fan, consider subscribing to this YouTube channel. That is all we post is WWE related content. So if you're a WWE fan, again, consider subscribing. It's free. You can always change your mind later. So if you can think back to when Io Sky carried the Women's World Championship, you may remember that outside of her two fantastic matches with Rhea Ripley, there was nothing. Io Sky as champion was barely on TV. And it wasn't until Naomi won the title that the Women's World Championship was starting to feel like a prominent championship again. But obviously, we know what happened. Naomi has to vacate, and that leaves us kind of in no man's land. We know that Stephanie Valkyr is the #1 contender for the title, but we don't know who she's going to face. Now, this sparked a lot of conversations about, oh, maybe we're going to get a battle royal like we did at Evolution. Maybe we're going to get a #1 contenders tournament. We ultimately didn't get any of that, and we got who was kind of the other #1 contender in Io Sky. And that automatically did not sit well with me, because if you were just going to pick the next best thing, then why didn't you have that match at Clash in Paris? If you have watched my videos, you know my opinion on why I think this match should have been at Clash in Paris, and no, I'm still not over it, and no, I'm not going to stop talking about it. So looking at both Io Sky and Stephanie Valkyr, my early pick to win this match is Stephanie Valkyr. Simply because Io Sky is a little more preoccupied with the whole Rhea Ripley, Asuka, and Kairi Sane thing that they got going on over there. And if Io Sky was to win, then we're kind of right back into the Rhea Ripley vortex that we were in. But if Stephanie Valkyr does win, then that gets me a little bit worried, because we really don't have a whole lot to go off of with Stephanie Valkyr. Since Evolution, we really haven't seen a ton from Stephanie Valkyr. And something that added to me being worried about all this is what we just had on the most recent episode of Monday Night Raw, where they had been advertising a contract signing between Stephanie Valkyr and Io Sky, and that ultimately did not end up happening because Stephanie Valkyr couldn't make it. Now, we obviously know that she did appear on the episode of NXT the very next night. But this is why I'm worried, because if WWE knew that Stephanie Valkyr was going to be on the next episode of NXT the very next night, and she was going to take part in NXT Homecoming, why did you advertise the contract signing if you knew that she was most likely not going to be there? It kind of circles back to something that I talked about in a previous video, where I asked the question if WWE had a championship problem. And in that video, I talked about Cody Rhodes getting the Universal Championship back from John Cena, and once again carrying the company on his shoulders, only for him to be written off of TV, and us later finding out that it was because his wife Brandy was pregnant and was going to have another baby. Which is obviously fantastic news, and I'm never going to put the birth of a child behind wrestling. But the other thing that we knew was also happening was Cody Rhodes going to film Street Fighter. So we obviously knew that he was going to be gone for a pretty significant period. So that led me to ask the question, if WWE knew that Cody Rhodes was not going to be on TV for a while, why give him the title back? And obviously I know that there is something that they can do at WrestlePalooza with Drew McIntyre, but again, Drew McIntyre's busy with Randy Orton right now, so I don't really know what the plan is there, but it all circles back to the recent decision made with Stephanie Valkyr, advertising her to be at the contract signing with Io Sky, and then ultimately not having it at all. If you knew that she wasn't going to be available, why advertise it? And look, obviously, I'm not in the room with all the writers and Triple H himself, and I know that last minute things can happen. But it still just kind of gets me a little bit worried when I take a look at everything that has happened leading into this match. In the case of Io Sky, her last time as Women's World Championship was not very good because she just wasn't used at all. And if you look at Stephanie Valquer, kind of similar, she's just not being used at all. And because of that, if she does win at WrestlePalooza, we really don't know what lies ahead for her. Because she hasn't been seen on TV for a while, we obviously don't have any new feuds that we could possibly get with her. So this is where I want to hear from you guys, and I'm very, very curious on this one. Are you like me and you're worried for whoever wins the Women's World Championship at WrestlePalooza? Let me know why you are worried, let me know why you're not worried. And let me know what you guys think happens with whoever wins this match, whether it is Io Sky or Stephanie Valquer. So as always, let me know that stuff down below in the comments. And while you're down there, swing by the description and click the Linktree link. That is the only link in bio for a reason, and that is because it'll take you to all of the social media platforms for this channel. And I do suggest going and checking out our X page. Besides YouTube, I am most active over on X. We do updates for Monday Night Raw, Friday Night SmackDown, and the PLEs. And above all else, I want the X page to be a place for wrestling fans to go and talk about wrestling, especially if you're like me and you don't have a lot of people to talk to about wrestling. So if you are like me and you're looking for a group of wrestling fans to talk about wrestling with, swing by an upcoming episode of Monday Night Raw, Friday Night SmackDown. We've obviously got WrestlePalooza coming up soon. Join in on the conversation, and maybe it's for you at the end of the day. And also to tag on to all that stuff, we are officially on TikTok. I finally got around to making a TikTok page. Right now, all we're posting is just clips from these videos, and it's just another place for me to post when I upload a video onto YouTube. But eventually, we are going to be doing some of the other wrestling TikToks that you see. So if you're scrolling on your phone one day and you come across one of my videos, drop a like, drop a follow, show it some love. I'm really trying to grow that page a lot over there. With all that said and done, that is going to do it for this video here. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy it, hit the like button. If you really enjoyed it, hit the subscribe button. Both are free and both really, really help out the channel a lot. And of course, if you have made it to this point of the video, I want to say thank you very, very much for taking the time out of your busy day to watch these videos here, because it really, really means the world to me. And as always, stay tuned for more wrestling content coming in the future. We'll see you next time.